Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, we've got another spotting of the Model Y Juniper, but this time it is way different from the other ones because this one could potentially be a Model Y Juniper Performance. And on top of that, this is our first spotting in the ultra red color. So we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested, and definitely check out my Patreon link down below in the description where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for finance any Tesla, whether it's new or used. And today's live stream is partnered with Mint Mobile, where you can save money on your mobile phone plan for as low as $15 a month. Link down below in the description, but more on that later. And so we've got another spotting of a Model Y Juniper Performance. Two things that are way different with this one is that the first one is that it's in this ultra red type of color, and we've got new rims that are completely covered up with some sort of weird hubcap type of thing here, and also of course the front and rear covered up as it usually is on the Tesla Model Y Juniper spottings that we've seen all around. And so there's a lot here. And so shout out to Yan for finding this video and posting it, or actually finding the Juniper in real life, whether it's maybe it's in California, probably Northern California for sure. And there's more that we can see from this, right? We can see that there is a white interior of sorts, and for some reason this one is not necessarily tinted as well. So this brings the question to me is like, what is going on here, and why would Tesla be showing this vehicle? Because we know that Juniper could potentially be coming out in the near future, and so it makes sense for them to be showing that vehicle, or at least testing it as much as they can on the streets and everything. But a performance one to also be driven on the roads and being tested as well, I mean, is that a like little hump right there for the carbon fiber spoiler? It would be pretty cool to see if this Juniper, or even this project concept name, production name Opal could be coming out in the near future for the performance variant. So let us know, do you think if they are doing this for a specific reason, maybe the Juniper Performance will be coming out at the same time as the normal like long range or standard range vehicle, whichever it may be in the near future. But here's another post from Dominic. Just like with the Model 3 Highland, the new steering wheel of the Model Y Juniper appears to be thinner than the previous one. Also, does anyone see any stalks? And on top of that, we've got new other things that are being spotted as well, like maybe a potential carbon fiber spoiler hump here on the backside. Can't really tell from this, but one would assume, and one could guess from that. And also we've got covered side mirrors. Here's another Model Y Juniper as well, with fully covered rims and covered side mirrors as well. So really interesting to see what they're doing here on the Tesla front. But here's those covered rims a little bit more close up, or try to be a close up. I mean, these kind of look like the Model 3 rims that are on the Highland currently at the moment. And so maybe this isn't a performance version, or maybe they're just using this vehicle to be a test mule, of course, as well. And then we've got covered mirror caps as well that also look pretty interesting to see that they're going with a different direction on that type of direction as well. But here's the latest rumors from Giga Shanghai that suggest that the China plant might be waiting for other factories to align before releasing the new Model Y worldwide simultaneously. Current Model Y production is nearing capacity. Only the rear-wheel drive version is being produced, and production of the upgraded Model Y Juniper and Opal remains low. So it seems like they haven't necessarily ramped up, which makes sense. Maybe they have to keep testing this vehicle before it actually starts to come out. Certainly here is a recap of everything that was spotted on this ultra red test mule, concept vehicle, or performance Juniper, or whatever we want to call it. Redesigned side mirrors in black color, 19-inch Nova wheels from the Model 3, and likely a sport front bumper on the front as well. And then here's another post from Zongwen, quote, after New Year's Day, Tesla Shanghai factory is closed to full production for the old Model Y. The new Model Y does not have much production, and there is only the standard range version, and the long range version is not available. So very interesting tweet or X post as we've seen right here. And so very interesting to see. And we'll see if this Model Y Performance or the Model Y Juniper all comes out at the same time. I mean, fingers crossed that it'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks, but we will wait and see. And so let us know what you think on it. And would you be buying a Model Y Performance Juniper or just the normal long range? Before we get into our next topic, I've been trying to save money lately, and that's why we talk about this channel, trying to get the best deal on a Tesla. And I've been looking at our subscriptions like YouTube Premium, Netflix, trying to figure out how I could save some money every single month. And cutting expenses, it's kind of hard. We've been trying to rack our brain together and figure out how. That's why I'm so intrigued with our channel partner, Mint Mobile. They offer premium wireless starting at $15 a month. And I can get high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network, and I can even bring my own phone along with my current number and existing contracts. I'm sacrificing nothing. I've used Mint Mobile a ton, and I switched my second line to Mint Mobile, and I've been using it to watch YouTube and play podcasts on our daily commute and haven't noticed any drop in speed. And I can't tell the difference. So how hard is it to switch service? Big Wireless wants you to think it's actually hard, but it's not at all. Switching to Mint is super easy thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most of you now have. You can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. If your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. So if you want to save little money without the sacrifice, go to trymintmobile.com/DennisCW, also linked down below in the description, to get premium wireless for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. Thank you to Mint for partnering, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. Taco, thanks for coming in. Lucas, great to see you. BG, great to see you. AV Geek Aviation, great to see you. Sauce, Tapia, great. Thank you for dropping by. Sauce, great to meet you as well. And Arnaz, thank you all for dropping by. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments, and everything. But also, if you're in the California area, please stay safe, stay home. And it's crazy things that are happening right now. Luckily, we're not like directly close, but also we're not too far as well. So certainly we're keeping an eye on it for sure and monitoring. So stay safe out there for everyone. And we went to go pick up some, groceries earlier today to try and hunker down if we need to. And on top of that, like our Powerwall actually kicked in a couple times last night. So really good investment for sure. And now it makes me think like maybe I really should, because we have to spend more money to get our Cybertruck linked up to the Powerwall and all that stuff. It's likely like another $1,000 to $2,000. And I was like kind of holding off on it, but maybe it could be worth it if this is going to be a reoccurrence for out there for all these different things for sure. In this next topic, big topic, new, bigger Tesla discounts are here. And these are levels we have not seen in a while. Now you can get a Model Y Performance for $6,540 off. And this is before the Tesla referral code, the military program, and much, much more. Let's take a look at it. But taking a look at inventory right now, inventory is back up for a lot of different models, but it's kind of like haltering as well. So maybe this is just like a little refresh or a little pipe up a little bit before that Juniper comes out. But let's get into the deals. The first one right here, $4,900 off a Model 3 long range all-wheel drive, but this one is a repair demo, but still $4,900 off. And this is before the Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, where you can save an extra $500 to $1,000 off of a Tesla vehicle. In fact, all of these vehicles we keep track on our deal spreadsheet, which is found down below in the description as well. We can see all the best discounts. And you can see the top two that we found very recently today, $6,540 off. This is the first one. These are discounts we have not seen this high in a while. And what's crazy with this, not only is it a Model Y Performance, which is nice, $6,540 off, it's a 2025 Model Y Performance, which is $6,540 off. Here's another one, another ultra red. That's $6,540 off. And then here's another Model 3. But let's take a look at these two because both of these are the same exact 50 miles on them. So very interesting. Both of them also ultra red with that white interior. Both of them do qualify for that $7,500 federal tax credit. And both of them do have previously repaired damages. So the first one, actually, this is not bad at all. $815. I mean, I'll take that all day. Let's take a look at the second one to look and see as well. And $815. So maybe are these both the same exact vehicle? Well, anyways, either way, both of them great deals, great discounts. If you're looking to take a look at them, you can find this on our deal spreadsheet because certainly these are some big deals. And if you stack on the $500 Tesla referral code, that brings it to $7,000 off, and then another $7,500 for the federal tax credit. But if you don't need to get a vehicle just yet, I would wait, especially for the older Model Y, because we've got this Model Y Juniper that could be literally around the corner. Funny that this spotting of this video is in ultra red, or also in ultra red. So maybe this is a sign that discounts will be coming for the older Tesla vehicle. And so my prediction is a crazy one. I think 0% for 72 months. And I also think some sort of free supercharging, a limited deal. And I also think big inventory discounts as well to really clear out the older Model Y when the new one arrives on inventory, or at least if they open up that ordering page, there certainly is going to be some bigger discounts. So let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. BG, Juniper is coming quick. Yes, it is. It could be here as soon as, it could be here sooner than we think. Sauce, do you think it'll be cheaper, the current Model Y? No, I think, well, yeah, definitely will. I just bought a Model Y. Did I get scammed? No, you got a car, you got a vehicle that you can drive, you got something in exchange for your dollar amount. So no, I don't think you got scammed, especially if you got 0%. The new Model Y Juniper is not going to have any sort of discounts. It's probably going to be the same price, but no discounts at all. No supercharging and no special financing rate at all, or no special lease rate, at least for the first couple of months. And so no, I would say if you want a deal on the new one, you're going to have to wait at least until like September or even December for the end of the year, end of quarter for deals. I need to sell my Model Y Performance for Juniper. Yeah, Tapia, you know what the deal is. So you're not new to this channel. So you got to wait all the way to December for that. Arnaz, if they add the front camera, I hope they can retrofit for Legacy. Y would definitely help full self-driving park. Yeah, that would make sense, but I don't know if I've seen any retrofit kits on any of the vehicles. So I don't know if that actually would be a thing for sure. Y Performance as soon as available. Carmine, that could be sick if the Model Y Performance comes out exactly at the same time as the Model Y. I think that would be something, because we just bought the Model 3 Performance, but maybe I just like bigger, higher riding vehicles these days as I get older or whatever. Because the one thing with the Model 3 Performance, it's fun, it's fast, it turns like on a dime, and I can't wait to take it to the track. But when you get into it, it is a way lower vehicle versus a Model Y or Model X. Like Model Y or Model X, because it rides higher, you just walk right into the vehicle and then kind of sit, like sitting on a bench. But a Model 3, you kind of sink into the vehicle because it's a low center of gravity and all the other different things with that. And so it's different for sure. Groupon full, great to see you. Thanks for coming in. Francisco, new here. Very good content. Thank you, Francisco. Arnaz, no discounts in my area. I'm near the Fremont factory too. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. We only really see discounts on like in the California areas near the end of the months or even ends of the quarter, because what Tesla basically does is throughout the first 2 months, or at least in the beginning of each of the months, they try and ship these vehicles that they produce as far as they can from the factories, like East Coast, Central, all these different areas. And then once it gets to that like third or fourth week area, and that's why EDD or estimated delivery dates fluctuate so much, because they're trying to deliver vehicles to people that order them as quickly as possible. And so if they realize like a Model Y that they built is not going to make it to, let's say, New York by the time like the end of the month is, they might just say, hey, actually, we're going to push that person's EDD, estimated delivery date, and then they'll deliver it to someone else in California or Texas, or at least offer it to someone else for a quicker delivery for delivery numbers. and more importantly, that delivery count so they can get it in before the end of the month, end of the quarter. So they play this like logistical game with Tesla vehicles, which kind of makes sense if you think about it. But unfortunately doesn't make sense for people that want a vehicle ASAP. In this next topic, here's why the Tesla Model 3 Performance is a bargain and why we actually really enjoy driving our Tesla Model 3 Performance. And this is actually our second one. The first one we got in 2019, a Model 3 Performance Stealth. Stealth was actually a really cool trim where you got like a $6,000 discount where you didn't get any of the performance goodies except the 0 to 60 in 3-second speed. But shout out to Nick for posting this. The Model 3 Performance is $46,900 after the $7,500 federal tax credit, and of course a Tesla referral code of $500, just like the one down below in the description. If you to compare the comparable specs of the Model 3 Performance to some of the competition, we're talking BMW M3, Mercedes C63, Audi RS5, Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, and the Cadillac CT4. You can see the prices of all the other competition is $85,000, $87,000, $80K, $81K, and $63,000. So if you were to stack it up this way, it does look like the Model 3 Performance at a $47,000 price tag. That's what, 50% off, 40% off the price tag for comparable performance, but really comparable performance in like what, the 0 to 60 range and maybe handling. But there are some drawbacks. Let's keep it real. There are some drawbacks to the Model 3 Performance. On the track, we've heard that the Model 3 Performance can overheat and maybe not last as long as some of these other ones. And if you're a car head, you will have drawbacks or missing the exhaust noises. All these different vehicles have a nice rumble or exhaust, or at least can be tuned to have an exhaust. Model 3 Performance is a nice, quiet, fast, weird type of rocket ship with no noise. And so don't get me wrong, I love our Model 3 Performance and it is fantastic. It's fun, it's easy, instant gratification, instant acceleration like every Tesla that is out there. But I do miss some of these other vehicles that we haven't owned, like the Mercedes, Audi, but we definitely have owned BMW M3, and certainly I do miss some of the exhaust noises. But at the end of the day, it's a good trade-off, because driving a Tesla vehicle, and specifically a Model 3 Performance, that instant acceleration you cannot get with any of these other vehicles at all. Even we've actually had like a GTR in the past, and yes, it does have like all-wheel drive and launch control and all that stuff. It's still not as aggressive as a Model 3 Performance launch or even a Model S Plaid launch in any sort of case like that. But still, very cool to see, and it's fun to take a look at some of these values stacked up together back to back like this. And let us know, are you looking to be shopping for a Model 3 or a Tesla vehicle? Have you test driven one? And what is the difference that you feel like, or which one would you pick over some of these other vehicles that are out there? But let's jump into the live stream comments. Carmine, directions in the steering wheel? What do you mean by that? Biplav, yes. New color on Juniper? No, I don't think there's going to be any new colors. Tesla's kind of boring when it comes to color. I mean, now that's why they've launched a wrap service, because they want you to pay for a wrap color instead of painting it. Maybe they realize that painting it is a little bit, yeah. They've had issues in the past, of course. Taking back control, Aaron. I'm watching a video from my new Tesla. This is way better. Thank you for all the information for my purchase. Congrats, Aaron. Enjoy it in good health. Now here's the second most exciting part, which is accessories. Definitely check out some of our accessory links down below in the description, where you can use our promo codes and save some money and support the channel. We got Jawa for the best phone mount. We got Tesbros DIY PPF if you want to save thousands and do paint protection film yourself. We got Vion and Magback all down below in the description. And on top of that, we do keep track of the best accessories we recommend, no BS, the top 3. It's on our deal spreadsheet down below in the description, where you can see all the different ones from good, better, best in terms of like floor mats, which I highly recommend the 3W liner floor mats that we just installed on our Model 3 Performance. Very, very nice. Video is already out on the channel if you want to take a look at them, and really the best quality at really the best price as well. We used to have 3D Mats USA ones, and I wouldn't recommend those at all when you compare it to the 3W floor mat liner ones. which are way better. And video coming soon. I should actually do that comparison now that I've got a set of both, because we do have the 3W Mats ones on our Model X, and it's just not as good when you compare dollar for dollar, value for value at the end of the day. In this next topic, there is a critical feature that Tesla owners are using right now in the current Los Angeles wildfire, and that feature is the HEPA filter. And this makes our vehicles, these Tesla vehicles, like we had to use our Cybertruck today and drive out and get some groceries, and there is smoke all over the place and where we're at. So this is really nice, really cool to see that, be able to use this feature and feel confident in it, and really just owning a vehicle that has a feature like this, which is really nice. The HEPA filter is in the Model Y, the Model S, X, and Cybertruck. Unfortunately, it's not in our Model 3 Performance, so we left that vehicle at home. But you can see it when you go outside today in Los Angeles, like some of you are, and hopefully you are staying safe. You can see the smoke in the air. So it's really nice to be able to get in your vehicle right away, push a button, and be confident that you're not driving around and inhaling the smoke and all the different pollutants. But here's what the HEPA filter actually looks like in some of the vehicles. You can see X, S, Cybertruck, and Model Y. And the one thing with this is that because it's a more expensive filter, this filter does cost like $200 versus like your basic $10 to $20 one. So there is a little bit, but you're definitely getting a huge trade-off by just breathing in higher quality air. And Zach also drove his Cybertruck today in the wildfires. He was a lot closer, and you can see that it's pretty crazy out here. And so hopefully everybody stays safe, and it is a very unfortunate time that's happening right now in Los Angeles. And luckily we're not too far away, or luckily we're far enough away, but we're still kind of close, so we're on standby this whole time. But at the moment we are certainly safe. But biodefense mode works with the HEPA filter and positive cabin pressure to remove pollutants and prevent contaminated air from entering your car, enable via climate controls in your Tesla or via the Tesla app. And so now this makes me think, like, why does the current Model Y have the HEPA filter, but the new Model 3 actually doesn't? You would think because they just redesigned the Highland, they would put in a HEPA filter. I mean, one thing is for sure, most likely the new Model Y that was spotted, that we're seeing, the Juniper, is most likely going to have the HEPA filter installed. So really that's a big difference actually for someone like me that does have breathing issues from time to time. A HEPA filter really makes a world of a difference, and we've got filters in every single room in our house because of that. And so really cool to see, and really just builds more confidence in these Tesla vehicles. And just another reason to add why Tesla vehicles is the best daily driver, and why I really just can't drive any other vehicle at this moment when you add the technology, the autopilot system, the full self-driving system, plus HEPA filter like this. I mean, I'm sure there's other vehicles out there that have a HEPA filter, but they don't have everything as the ecosystem plugged into each other. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let us know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. IT, hey Dennis, how does Tesla typically announce a new car? Is the vehicle just posted on the site? Is there an official announcement or conference? Happy New Year, Tesla Pimpin' 8 Easy. Thanks for jumping in, everybody, or thanks you for dropping by, IT Daddy. So how they actually officially will launch a vehicle is pretty simple, actually. They'll just release, like the Cybertruck, they worked with 3 YouTubers. One was MKHB, Marquez Brown Houston. They worked with Haggerty Media, and I think someone else, if I can't remember, and they just released YouTube videos, and then it was launched. And then Model 3 Performance was kind of similar to that, and then they just launched it and they just posted it on the website. The cool thing with Tesla is that because the ownership community is so tight-knit, or I guess is so plugged into all the launches, and on top of that, because there's just not that many vehicles. And so when you have 5 vehicles and they refresh one, that's like 25% or 20% of the fleet right there is being changed. And so it's a big thing. It's not like BMW, which has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 series, and we don't know what the heck is going on, nor do people care probably. because there's just so much going on. James, are you going to go for the Juniper? Thanks, Dennis. Maybe, yeah. I mean, we're going to see and wait to see what actually happens with it, but pretty exciting to see this Juniper vehicle. I want to see the big thing though, if the Juniper comes out with air suspension, that is going to be a game changer for sure. Yeah, ACC, hopefully they fix the suspension yet, because that's kind of the drawback of the current Model Y and the older Model 3, not the Highland, the older one. The new Model 3 is actually pretty good in terms of suspension, but it's just harsh. And maybe that's, because we just drive on bad roads, but it definitely is more harsh in comparison to some of the other luxury vehicles. Group Fun Full. I'm coming to visit San Diego for a few days. Any recommendations for food or drinks? I'm looking forward to see some cool Teslas on the street. I don't know about food or drinks, but La Jolla is a beautiful area in San Diego. It's like a little bit north. I love going to La Jolla. It's really nice. FH777, OTA updates, suggestions, onboard 0 to 60 timer, parking light, adapted audio, automatic adjust speaker settings based on the song. Are you talking about updated? Hey, maybe you should submit that as a suggestion to Tesla. I think there's a way to do that so that they can listen to you for your different feature requests. A1, how will you think they will get rid of the old Model Y inventory when the new one comes out? Great question, A1. We talked about that yesterday, but I think discounts, incentives, and 0% will be coming back for that, because it makes sense. In this next topic, quote, Tesla US sales dropped 5% despite record incentives. Here's a new headline from Electric, I think this is our favorite writer, because there's a lot of positivity for sure in the Tesla community, but sometimes you just gotta look at it from the other side as well. Shout out to Fred Lambert for posting this. He's the editor-in-chief at Electric. Tesla sales dropped by as much as 5% despite record incentives and the Cybertruck. And he does bring up a good point, because year over year they did have dropping sales from 2023 to 2024. But if you zoom out a little bit more, maybe there was some production. They didn't produce as many vehicles, and so that's why they didn't hit it. But they did have big drops in certain markets. We're talking like a couple of the different Europe markets, maybe down 10%, give or take. Actually down 10% in Europe right here, and up 8% in China. But also, I really feel like if we were to zoom out at the full electric market or electric vehicle market, we certainly are, I feel like, tapped out. And maybe the electric sales are 10 to 11% of the whole market for the US. I feel like it's reaching a point, because we saw not only did Tesla have big discounts in deals, record-breaking deals lasting Q4, but all manufacturers had really good deals. We saw commonly lease payments $100, $200, $300 on variety of different vehicles, electric vehicles specifically. And so I do feel like the market for electric vehicles is tapped out, and really because people don't have time to get into a different vehicle, or trying to understand a different vehicle with all the different things you have to set up, like an electric vehicle charger and all these different things, when they want to just fill up their gas and just be on their day and figure out how to get groceries on the table. And so certainly it is interesting to see that with record incentives, Tesla was kind of flat. And so I'm interested to hear more on what they're going to talk about during their earnings call on January 29th. And it also is interesting to see, because Cybertruck, yes, it was a initial great launch. I think a lot of sales were added on very initially because of the hype, but we're going to be going into the testing grounds of the Cybertruck in this next month or next quarter or two, because it's still an expensive truck at the end of the day at $80K or $72K after the tax credit. That's still very expensive. I mean, even $50K for a Model Y or even $40K for a Model 3 or Model Y is also pretty expensive as well. But I guess maybe I'm not necessarily talking correctly, because the average vehicle price of a US vehicle is around $45,000. And so certainly I think it's an affordability thing, and lease payments is going to be the way for Tesla. And that's why we're seeing more and more deals like this, where they're pushing the lease as low as $299 a month. And I just realized these crazy discounts that we saw on this Model Y Performance, that's $6,500 off. It is eligible for a lease as well. And so that means you can get the $7,500 if you don't qualify for the $7,500, and $6,500 off. If you combine that with a Tesla referral code of $500 off, that's $7,000 off And if you need a Tesla for referral code, don't forget to check out one down below in the description. If you want to find this vehicle we're talking about, definitely check it out on our deal spreadsheet down below in the description as well. But taking a look at this, $7,000 off. The math that you can calculate this is that each $1,000 off, or each $1,000 you put down on a lease, that's going to affect the monthly payment by $30 a month. So $7,000 times 30, that's $210 less a month than you typically would be paying for a Model Y Performance in the same exact build without a discount. So this is a slick deal for sure, and one of the higher deals that we've seen in a while. And so certainly Tesla knows that they were basically flat or even down year over year for sales across the world. And so they're probably strategizing on how can they offer more discounts? How can they lower the price of the vehicles? And of course, how can they lower their cost of goods on Tesla vehicles for production and everything? But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you think. What do you think they're going to do in the next year in terms of incentives and discounts and everything? GTR giveaway. Yeah, that would be insane. I mean, we got to get to like 1 million subscribers or something like that first before we give away, let alone give away a GTR, let alone a Tesla, or give away a Tesla, let alone a GTR. Nick, thanks for coming in. Any new news on 2025 Model X? Haven't seen anything yet. What are good banks for leasing? It's only Tesla, actually. 007 is still waiting on my Model Y Performance to deliver. Should I just skip and wait for Juniper since I won't be getting free supercharging for taxes or everything? Well, the question is, did you get 0% financing? Are you locked in for that? And is still Tesla giving that to you? If they are, then try and lock that down. If they aren't, then yeah, I would just wait for Juniper at this point. Hope the Juniper comes out next week or the week after. I would want to trade in before the value goes lower. Insider. Yeah, that would be an interesting one because timing is everything, and the value of these vehicles will continue, like the older Model Ys, will continue to keep dropping and dropping and dropping. Crunch, just yesterday I snagged an inventory Foundation Series Cybertruck with lifetime free supercharging and premium connectivity plus subscription of full self-driving. Nice. Well, Foundation Series actually has the full self-driving included, unless they took it off, because I did hear about that they were offering like an $8,000 discount on Cybertrucks to take off that full self-driving. But congrats, enjoy it in good health, and definitely check out some of our accessory discount codes down below in the description so you can accessorize your Cybertruck. Where's the Model Y? Just joined right here on the screen. Earnings call live stream, BG. Yeah, I mean, the earnings call, the unfortunate part is it's so long, usually like an hour, and they're always late by 20 minutes. I just like looking at the recap and letting everybody else, formalize their thoughts and everything. Jakers, you mentioned a black CT for sale. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a black CT. You want to buy my CT? And then that way I can get the black CT? Is it good to buy a Model Y 7-seater? Just a viewer. I mean, if you are not going to be using the 7-seater daily, then yes. If you are, then I would just get a Model X. I know it's easier said than done. Just get like a vehicle that's $30,000 more. But the Model Y 7-seater is, I think it's like dangerous, actually. I would not want to put anybody in that third row. Jeremy, my Model Y was totaled on New Year's. When do you expect the Juniper to be released? Actually, we talked about that yesterday. Watch yesterday's video. But basically, the TLDR is it's either going to be at the end of this month or going to be April. That's going to be my prediction. Jakers, I've got two myself, selling one, but I would have sold both to get one already. Black. Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, now my question is I've got too much selling one, but I would love to get sold both to get one already black. Well, why didn't you just wrap it black? I mean, that's basically what it is. It's not like factory black. It's wrapped black in paint protection film. And Jakers, how much are you selling your Cybertruck for? Spill the deets. Because I really feel like at this point, the market on a Foundation Series all-wheel drive, let's call it 10,000 miles, is closer to like 75 to 80K. I know the cheapest one listed on cars.com is like 80K, but it also isn't sold either. So that's why I feel like the true market is like 75 to 85K for a quick sale of a Cybertruck all-wheel drive Foundation Series. Saved an extra 8K because of this channel on the Cybertruck. Rana, congrats, and congrats on your Cybertruck as well. And thank you for reporting back on your deal that you got. Now, if you want to support the channel, definitely check out our accessory codes down below in the description, or definitely check out a ton of our Cybertruck accessory videos and see which ones you like. For supporting the channel as well. Jaker's impatient. Wrapping doesn't take that long. I mean, there's people that have wrapped like a Cybertruck in like 1 day or even like 6 hours. I have a friend in Los Angeles that wrapped his own Cybertruck and also does wrapping in like 6 hours. And so it doesn't take that long for shops. I know there's plenty of shops that probably talk about like they need a whole week, but they probably need a whole week because they want to like make sure nothing happens for that whole week, or they want to take their time or whatever it is. Carmine, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. Jakers, both Foundation Cyber Beast just hit 1K miles, probably all-wheel drive price, to be honest. They're dropping here. Yeah, interesting. How much are you selling your, yeah, because that's the one I was looking at, is a black Foundation Cyber Beast with 10K miles. And I think the true market on that is like 95K. And it's also dropping as well. Crunch, you're right about Foundation Series CT coming with full self-driving. Too excited. By the way, any thoughts on custom graphic wraps or clear PPF up front? I definitely wouldn't do clear PPF because I feel like it's a waste of money because you don't need to PPF the stainless steel. Custom graphic wraps, they're cool, but some of them, like the print isn't like super clear, so I would be a little worried about that. I just like I actually used to be a fan of like the satin wraps or even the matte wraps, but I think I'm more of a gloss fan now, which is kind of interesting. But I saw a satin green yesterday. Like, check out Unplugged Performance's, or check out Unplugged Performance's satin wrap, and it's pretty sick for sure. Let's see. I was like just taking a look at it. Oh yeah, it's right here. I don't know. They haven't responded to me on whether this is like a factory wrap. I think this is the factory wrap because I know the factory has like this exact color on their color palette, but it also could be like pure PPF or whatever, but this looks sick. I mean, army green or satin green or forest green or whatever this is, this looks sick. But the problem with the satin wraps like this or the matte wraps is that it gets dirty like crazily quick. And so the gloss, it does hold up a little bit longer, but I mean, the satin looks great until it gets dirty. And then you're like, yeah, I don't know. Will the new Model Y be cheaper? No, definitely not initially. Texas, can't wait for the refresh. Kind of scared because Canada doesn't really give any deals on current stock compared to the US. Makes me think it'll be later in the year. Yeah, so Texas, I would say December for you. Jakers, that's very true. The pre-cuts are easier to, may have just got an idea now for the weekend. There you go. And definitely check out Tesbros, where you can get a little bit of a discount or a discount. I think 20% off or 10% off by buying a DIY PPF kit and using our code Dennis down below, where you can save thousands on doing it yourself with PPF vinyl for your Tesla. And they've got a Cybertruck kit as well. But yeah, thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button in the comments and everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.